Some historians argue that there were some relatively large-scale proto-democratic groups, citing evidence from Phoenicia around 1100 BC, but it's unclear if even these groups were short-lived exception or a cultural norm, as the records have been largely lost to time. Others point to records of formal assemblies existing in the Indian subcontinent, which may have been similar to modern parliaments, but the nature of these assemblies is widely debated, as it's unclear if these groups were appointed by local assemblies or filled by landed nobles. Regardless, these would still be the exceptions and not the norm. Western scholars tend to point to Athens as the birthplace of democracy, citing that in 594 BC, an aristocrat appointed to lead the ruling council of the city implemented reforms that expanded citizenship access, and with it, who had the right to participate in ruling assemblies and councils. Greek politician Pericles described the system, writing, quote, "Its administration favors the many instead of the few. This is why it is called a democracy. If we look to the laws, they afford equal justice to all in their private differences. If no social standing, achievement in public life falls to reputation for capacity, class considerations not being allowed to interfere with merit, nor again does poverty bar the way. If a man is able to serve the state, he is not hindered by the obscurity of his condition. The freedom which we enjoy in our government extends also to our ordinary life." But this expansion of access was not nearly the same as modern universal suffrage. There were still requirements around property ownership, military service, and place of birth, and the large slave population of Athens could not vote even if they acquired their freedom. And the right, of course, was only extended to men. This meant that far more people were excluded from voting than were included, to the point that estimates were that at any given time only between 10% and 20% of the total population participated in the democratic processes offered to citizens. History is awkward.